Today is the 26th of September 2024, and this will be our 10th video on graphs. Okay, we've been doing quadratic graphs and manipulations, but today, which is x to the power 2, okay, if it's positive, it will open upwards, and if it's negative, it will open downwards. Today we want to look at another type graph, but this one is x to the power 3. Okay, so watch last video for recap, okay, and just watch it and look at it. We look at the graph of y equals 2x squared minus 4x minus 2 and y equals 1. We drew this parabola, this curve, which means upwards, and then we use the next question. We drew y equals 1, which is a line, and then we use it to solve the questions that followed. Watch it, okay? Now today our starter will be a probability question. Okay, we've done loads video on probability. Choose a number at random from 1 is to 10 that is a multiple of 2 or a multiple of 3. Now, between 1 and 10, the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. The multiples of 3 are 3, 6, and 9. As you can see, 6 is a multiple of 3, and at the same time a multiple of 2. Okay, so since we are going to choose a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 2, we need to count 6 twice. Okay, so this is where we need to add. So the multiple of 2 is 5 out of 10, because we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And the multiple of 3, 3, 6, 9, which is 3 out of 10. So if you add them together, you have 5 out of 10 plus 3 out of 10, which is 8 over 10, which is 4 over 5. Okay, assuming they said a multiple of 2 and a multiple of 3, then we'll count 6 only 1, because 6 is a multiple of 2 and a multiple of 3. So in that case, we'll end up having 7 out of 10. But in this case, since we have the or, okay, we need to count 6 as a multiple of 2 and 6 as a multiple of 3. Okay, so it means multiple of 2 is 5 out of 10. Multiple of 3 is 3 out of 10. Okay, that's why here we will get 8 out of 10, which is 4 out of 5. I'm going to have this use the starter to do the other one so that we can see the difference. Okay, so on one occasion you count 6 as 2, multiple of 2 and multiple of 3. Another occasion you only count it as 1. Okay, so we'll look at that as well. But for today, it is a multiple of 2 and multiple or multiple of 3. Okay, so I'll come back again and we'll look at that one as well so that you understand. Okay. You have to listen to the wording of probability. Okay, now as I said, today's graph is x to the power 3. So we are going to complete the table of y equals x cubed minus 3x minus 1. For the intervals, we've been given an interval -2 all the way to 3. Okay, so this is the table I have here. Okay, -2 for x all the way to 3. So we do x cubed. Okay, we do 3x, we negate it, and then -1. So this is our table. We've done it over and over again. So we need x cubed minus 3x minus 1 to find y. So x cubed minus 8 plus 6 minus 2 plus -1 minus 3. So you can't go wrong. This is the table. Okay, you can create one for yourself. So the coordinates now are -2 minus 3, -1, 1, 0 minus 1, 1 minus 3, 2, 1, 3, 17. Because of this 17 here, and then I have some negative for the y coordinates. Okay, -3. So my y axis should be at least up to 17, and then the negative side at least -3. The x we've been given already, so it's easy. So we are going to plot these coordinates on our graph, which I've done nicely here for you. So you are going to get 2 turning points if you plot the coordinates. So this is the first turning point, opening downward, and all the way up here. This is the second turning point. Okay, because it's x to the power 3. I thought I'll bring this for us to see the difference. So now, use your graph to estimate the values of x when x to the power cube minus 3x minus 1 equals 0. So when it equals 0, that will be on the x-axis. So that is the x-axis there. Okay, and that is the y-axis here. And that is my title. Okay, a graph of whatever graph you are drawing. You should give a title, and I've put a date for reference. Okay, and then as I said, up to 70, so I've made it up to 18 for the y, and then -6 for the x, so that I can accommodate this graph. This is the graph. When you use the coordinates, okay, you can draw this yourself. So at x to the power 0, this is 1 point. This is a second point, and this is sorry, this is 1 point, second point, third point. So when you look at my graph, I get approximately minus 1/4, minus 0.4, and minus 1.8 from the graph I've drawn. So minus 0.4 here, minus 1/4, and then minus 1.8 here. Okay, that is the point that I've pointed the arrow up. Okay, then use your graph to find this, solve the same graph, but this time minus 2. So y will be equal to minus 2. Okay, so I'm going to plot the line y equals minus 2, and where they meet the graph is this is, so if you look again, this is y equals minus 2 here, this one here. Okay, on this line y equals minus 2. So I have a point 1.85 minus 1.85, about 0.4 and 1.45. So this is the points I have here: minus 1.85, 0.4, and 1.45. Graph work, you can't go wrong. Since I started of late, I assume I'm talking to higher students. So if you go through all the graph work I've done with you, I can't continue repeating myself. Okay, so you realize that you can always get the full marks. If you don't understand plotting graph, doing the table, you can look at the old videos. I spent time explaining those. Okay, so that's why of late I don't the few after the break, I'm not really explaining them. I'm just talking you through them, so you can take the equation now and go and solve it and get the answer as I've got. Okay, because I assume you can plot a table, you can draw a graph. The only difference here is now here today we are looking at x to the power 3, and then we realize that the character of the graph has 2 turning points. Okay, and then we use it to solve the equation. So as long as you can draw the graph, you should be able to solve the questions. And this graph work, it carries a lot of marks. So if you learn them properly, you should be able to get all the answers, which, as I keep on stressing, can push you to a higher margin. Okay, so if you get different 3 types of questions that you can score the full marks, then whatever you get you do, you should be targeting B or A, okay, or even A star, or if it's a C you want, you should be able to get that. Okay, thank you for watching today's video with me. Okay, invite your friends to subscribe as well if the platform is helping you. Thank you very much, and I'll see you